We know that as children develop and move through different developmental stages, that they go through what Montessori called rebirths, that, they're almost a different child from one stage to the next. And she saw that our approach to them needs to change. So when children reach around the age of 6, and they transition into the second plane of development, they need a new approach. And Montessori actually named this approach for elementary children. She called it cosmic education. Montessori's work started with children ages 3 to 6, and she spent years working with them and observing and responding to their needs. As she worked with older children, she realized that everything she'd planned for children under the age of 6 was no longer adequate for this older child. This 6-year-old wants to know the answers to every question. This child is really willing to work hard to get the answers to their questions. And children in the elementary are capable of increasing abstract thought. So what do we do with these children who literally want to know everything? Montessori's answer to this question was profoundly simple. We offer them the universe. It's only something as vast as the universe that can even begin to quench the deep thirst for knowledge elementary children have. And the grand scale of the universe appeals to those two powers elementary children possess, the power of reason and imagination. How do we offer the universe to children? How do we help children answer all their questions? Well, we start with some stories. Montessori called these great stories. And we have 5 great stories that help orient children to the universe and their place within it. The first great story is the story of the formation of the universe and how everything we now know came into being following its laws. Then we tell a story of the coming of life, how life first appeared on Earth and how it's changed over the years. Then we talk about humans and when they came to Earth and their special gifts that they hold. After that, we explore 2 of the great inventions of human beings, our alphabet and our numbering system. So these stories provide a framework for children as they explore beyond the stories, that they can take knowledge they acquire and sort of attach it within the framework of these great stories. Through these stories and their own investigations, children begin to see humanity's impact on nature and the role and responsibility humanity has to maintain the balance and interconnectedness with all things in the universe. Cosmic education is Montessori's plan for elementary children, but almost more importantly, it embodies Montessori's hope for peace and collaboration in the world. Montessori lived through 2 world wars, a global economic depression. She saw how difficult it was for adults to try to combat these problems. And she recognized that if we want to solve these big problems with humanity, we need to start with children who are filled with immense potential. When we expose children to the universe in this way, when we help children to see interdependencies and relationships amongst all things in the cosmos, we help them to develop a sense of responsibility for this and a willingness to work collaboratively to maintain the balance of all things in nature. The work we do within cosmic education with elementary children absolutely meets the academic requirements of society. It's designed to completely support the child's characteristics during this age so that self-construction is optimally supported. But Montessori also hoped that this approach to education would lead to a better world, that we could build a more peaceful and collaborative world.